Welcome, friend of child, and congratulations on the first day of your illustrious career with the Fatui. You sound remarkably sure of yourself. Remember, we are mere mortals. Our ideas are fluid, but back to the matter at hand. Child tells me that he has upheld his end of your
What agreement? Oh, the thing about him.
Correct. Child promised he would find someone to break the stalemate. And
Where
Child is currently at Lioli Pavilion.
Oh, Paimon knows this one. There are two styles of cooking in Liyue, known as Li style and Yue style. The flagship restaurant of the Li style is the Lioli Pavilion. The owner is... Don't talk to Paimon like that! And...
Aha, you made it. As promised, I found someone who can help you. Someone who can solve the mystery of why...
So, where is he? In Lioli Pavilion?
He certainly is. Come, I took the liberty of setting up a...
Welcome back, sir. You honor us with your patronage. Mr. Zhong Li is awaiting your arrival in the room you booked.
Hi. Allow me to introduce Mr. Zhong Li, consultant to an organization known as Wangsheng, and a trusted associate of the Fatui. Indeed, Wangsheng's line of work can be sensitive at times. Let's just say they understand when discretion is needed. And we, the Fatui, have always been glad to do business with friends.
Walk in the shadows?
It is an honor to meet you. I have heard tell of you from Mondstadt.
Discretion? Shadows?
Indeed. It is as you have guessed. The Wangsheng funeral parlor organizes burials.
Huh?
Did you think he was some sort of hired killer? The Fatui calls many such people friends. But the Wangsheng funeral parlor, well, they are still... I shouldn't say too much. In any case, I brought you to meet Mr. Zhong Li because...
Because I can bring you to see Rex Lapis's vessel.
What?
Don't be so surprised. Sure, the Geo-Archon's body has been squirreled away by order of the Tianquan NingGuang. But first, let's hear what Mr. Zhong Li has to say, shall we?
Rex Lapis may be the prime of Adepti, but he is ultimately an Adeptus. Many Adepti have left us over the millennia. This is the inexorable trend. The times have changed. You must have felt it too when you were at Jueyun Karst. Archons go by many names. The god of contracts, the god of commerce, the warrior god, Morax, Rex Lapis. Is the idea that he also has the title of Adeptus so strange? As you have seen, the time of the Adepti is ending, and the time of mankind is slowly dawning. In years past, Liyue's tradition was that a huge memorial service be held to mark the passing of every Adeptus. But this time, the Qixing have made no attempt whatsoever to respect this tradition.
Yeah, the killer hasn't even been caught yet.
Deicide or not, the concern of the Wangsheng funeral parlor is this. Traveler, Child has told me a lot about you. Since you have had dealings with the Animo Archon, could I ask you to help me prepare the Geo-Archon's last rites?
A wise decision. The Qianquan NingGuang has forbidden anyone from accessing Rex Lapis's vessel.
Precisely. Only by participating in the rite of parting will you be able to see the form of Rex Lapis again. If we are agreed, come with me.
All right, my bridge building work here is done. You can go if you want to. Don't worry about me. I might just have a few more...
After having experienced the land of the absentee Archon, traveler, how does it feel to know that our Indeed, the weight of 3,700 years worth of history runs deep. Organizing the rite of parting, Liyue is the most prosperous of the 7 nations, defended by deities and ruled by the Qixing. NingGuang of the Qixing has always been on her guard against the Fatui. That is, in all likelihood, why Child wants to make use of the Wangsheng funeral.
Huh. What would Child get out of us doing?
I neither know nor do I wish to know. As far as I am concerned, the Fatui are merely financial sponsors. These are the advance funds that Child has provided. If you use them up, you can...
Wow!
Well then, let us be off. The first step in our preparations shall be to obtain some prized Noctilucous Jade worthy of a deity.
Welcome to the Jade Mystery, my good friends. It's cheap and it's fun, and who knows, you...
Betting? No!
Noctilucous Jade of Radiant
Radiant grade Noctilucous Jade? I see. You're... What do you think? The Jade...
These 3 pieces really do look pretty, but how do we pick? Should we just grab one and go?
Oh? You want me to decide? If it were me, the answer would be simple.
Oh?
I'll take them all, boss.
Oh, you act with such panache.
Oh, wait, boss! Hey! If we only need one for the ritual, aren't we wasting...
Oh, it is as you say.
Huh? How do you not...
If one must always consider Mora before acting, then in all things one is bound by Mora.
What?
All Mora is currency, but not all currency is Mora.
What? So loaded that he doesn't even bother hunting for a bargain.
No need to waver. Even when I am constrained by Mora, I have ways of evaluating the quality of Noctilucous Jade is indeed very tricky. As crude ore, there is only after the item made using Noctilucous Jade has taken. If you return to the...
Whoa! To think it's that easy to get...
But there is a way to truly evaluate that. A fool sees the...
What does that mean?
If you point at the moon with your finger, a wise man knows that you are pointing at the moon, while a fool will only see the finger. The patterns, the facade, these are all the finger. Noctilucous Jade is a mystical stone used to light up the darkness, and so its brightness is the important thing. It is the moon. Noctilucous Jade of excellent quality would have superior pyro-affinity. In other words, the blue... I have imparted the priceless secrets...
Priceless, huh? We're back to buy some rocks, boss. But can you let us burn them for...
Burn them? You can't do that, my friends. That would... What? How about this? I can take a small sample of...
Don't worry. I know the rules.
All right. Take these as samples. I've carved them off...
Aren't these too thin? Even paper's thicker. Oh, even a bug's wings are thicker. These are...
Stingy? I've already been very...
But wouldn't something this thin...
It can't be helped. Trying to deprive a merchant of his profit.
What sort of...
While we add the high temperatures using pyro, we can use hydro to
Oh!
Strictly speaking, asking for sample...
Well, guess we just need to find a place to try this out. Oh, Paimon remembers we once saw this big pot down at the data oop. Now, let's...
It has been a long time since I last set foot in the Nation of Wind. A friend of mine from Mondstadt would always bring a few bottles of locally brewed dandelion wine whenever he came to visit me in Liyue. It must be said that the famed liquor of the land of pastorals is far better than Sumeru's frigid snake wine.
That's the pot! It looks like the hilly trolls are still using it. It's a bit polite, but we gotta cut the line. Protection. We're ready to go. Use pyro to keep making the pot hotter until we get the results we need. Mr. Zhong Li said that the shinier and bluer the ore gets, the better it
is. Motion to compel.
Whoa! That light came from the first Noctilucous Jade! Hilly trolls are surrounding us again! Were they attracted by the light? Such nosy neighbors! Let's take care of them and continue again after.
Incinerate!
That light came from the second Noctilucous Jade, didn't it? More hilly trolls! They don't give up, do they? Looks like they're mad that we ruined their food!
Motion to compel.
Oh, that's bright! Too bright! That was the... Third Noctilucous Jade, wasn't it? It was so much shinier than the rest. Let's go with that one. Let's head
You're
back
back,
to
my
the
friends.
Jade Mystery to
I've
buy
got the goods.
some jade, shall we? Huh? No, it wasn't that one. Paimon, think a bit hard. Exactly. That's the one.
No problem. If you have your eye on this one,
Then we'll take a box of the third type of...
done. All the same, and pardon me for asking.
I suppose...
Parting? Oh, dear. Oh, it's hard to believe. Even it is said that when our Lord lost his way, well, alas.
Are you sure? You didn't want to even give us an inch before.
If not for our Lord's protection, this city...
I'm sure Rex...
In the safe hands of the Liu Qixing and good...
All right. Thank you, my...
Now that we've made our choice, let's take this Noctilucous...
Hey, wait a minute. He said it was
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I must have forgotten to do that, too. Let me see. As I thought, I did...
Any what?
Mora, my apologies.
Oh, that won't do. This is... That's a relief. Have a look.
It's fine. Just enough for half price.
Well, it's settled then. Let's take this jade to Yujing Terrace. That's where we plan to hold the rite.
Look at you bossing everyone around.
It seems that we must. We can leave the jade here. I have already called for a jewelsmith to yes. I have yet to go and see Child. So, as for the jewelsmith's remuneration...
Guess we can't do anything else. Also...
Yes. I have already rented this location, and have begun making preparations for the rite. That's right. The Liu Qixing...
But when something this big happened here, should suspects... Although with that... Also, the... Rex Lapis vessel...
Traditionally, we call it the Exuvia.
Ah, right! That's what it was called. You seem to know everything, Mr. Zhong Li.
One must think that they already have someone in mind. Or perhaps they already know. These things are for the authorities before the rite is...
Golden House?
The only mint in Liu, which is to say the only mint in Tevat. All the more that...
Oh, no! Paimon wasn't thinking about anything bad. But why do you know...
Since the rite of parting has the approval of the chief, perhaps each has their in Liu, where the god of contracts reigns. Well then, we should go and prepare the perfumes used in the...
Perfumes? Where...
No. Perfumes used to honor the gods must be freshly silk flower...
It's time for Zhong Li's lecture.
We shall not speak of the details right now. Follow me. We shall go to the merchants to purchase our ingredients.
You can't beat the atmosphere here and leave it.
silk flowers? We certainly...
Which kind?
Ugh, you ignorant shoppers. Always coming in...
Golden House Maiden, Valley Weaver, and Fate's Yearning. One of each.
My goodness, you two must be his servants. Please refrain from any further attempts to contribute. Now then, please
Silk flowers exhibit different properties. Just look at the abundant fold. By contrast, this variety thrives in any dark, damp location, often in large clusters. Morphologically, lastly, silk flowers have all but disappeared from the wild to...
Wow! A true connoisseur!
I possess but a smattering of...
Oh, Mr. Zhong Li, you're way too humble. So...
I'll take them all.
Again?
How can I put this? When purchasing opera, but this silk flower purchase is not an analogous case. Perhaps you don't know. Like several other tedious but this is the only rite of parting to take place for one of the 7 in 3,700. Now that's settled. A question.
You forgot to bring money again? Zhong Li.
If I may interject, did I hear you say that these flowers are...
Yes.
Gosh, well, why didn't you say so? It would be bad luck to say it out loud. But I've been... Since these flowers will be...
Are you serious?
Why wouldn't I be? If he hadn't written those poems in praise of my wares.
Huh. So much folklore here revolves around...
Thank you, boss.
Our skins?
Please, it's the...
So, now that we've got the flower...
Ideally with the help of an expert. Unfortunately...
Talk about first world...
Hence, I need you to help by asking around in the city. Try the common folk, especially women.
So this time we get to go around town looking for nice-smelling ladies to talk to? Paimon likes this job.
I will wait for you near the statue of the 7. Meet me there when the perfume is...
Maybe we can find some good candidates at the Adventurers Guild. For a favor.
I stopped accepting commissions a long time ago. Sorry, you two.
Oh, it's not that kind of favor. It's just a teeny...
Wow. I'm just going to assume that you're either joking or being sarcastic. To be fair, I put a lot of effort into my appearance for someone who spends all their time in the great outdoors. But I smell great? Don't be ridiculous.
Well, Paimon thinks you smell amazing, so come on.
Now that you mention it, yes, there is. Oh, it must be from the GENSHIN flowers I picked on the way back. I forgot I still had them with...
Aha! The truth is out.
No, they were for medicinal use only. Anyway, this is a pointless conversation. If you want to know about...
The fortune teller, right? Paimon remembers she smells pretty... Thanks, Lon. See?
Hello. How may I help?
We've come to ask you a question.
Sorry, you caught me off guard. Most people aren't so direct. I think we need more time to get to know each other.
We just...
Oh, well, that said, some of the cosmetics I use are scented. Since I usually set up my stall by the docks, I avoid perfume like the plague, because Celestia...
That's the worst thing Paimon's heard all day.
While we're on the subject, have you never heard anyone mention Ying'er's homemade perfume?
Ying'er? Oh, as in scent of spring Ying'er?
Yes, that's her. Many a rich family's daughter has gotten her to make perfume for...
Great! This is just the intel...
Should I save this money or invest it?
Well, hello. You found me at last. I've been
What? you know we were...
Oh, I heard a rumor about a couple who were snooping around town. Actually, I was starting to worry you wouldn't find me. This is the old...
Snooping around?
What can I say? People love to talk. Relax. I know why you're here. You want to get your... I'm not wearing any. Could it be that you've been bewitched?
Whatever this is...
3 in one go. You have extreme tastes. Ay, 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 who... As one of my favorite poems goes.
That went over Paimon's head.
In short, I'm happy to help. Traveler, you can be my assistant. So, where is a good place for making sweet, sweet perfume? Where is that? Mondstadt? We're only making some perfume. Somewhere closer to home will do. Let's go for the kitchen at Wan Min Restaurant. I've had a word with Chef Mao. We can start. Are you ready to please me?
What did you say?
I meant make me proud. Well, I'm set. This water... Now, I need you to extract this. Perfume making uses an altogether different technique from alchemy. Here, let me teach you. You need to keep... Now, use your strong hand. Ooh, you're a natural, like a fish to water. Now, take these and try it out on your own using... And don't forget to do all 3. They look visually identical during the S... Wow, this is some exquisite. The essence is placed into water and simmered over a low heat until you must take care to... So please, focus on... Don't waste a drop of that essence now. All 3 perfumes are ready, and a testament to the lengths you will go to for romance. It's so rare to see nowadays. Wow, you actually remembered my... You know, you're cuter. Anyway, shall I give you a brief overview?
Paimon wants to hear this.
This first one is sweet as candy, straight out of a fairy tale. Younger women will love it. The second one is for those with more refined tastes, the first choice for daughters of high society. Finally, the third one has a soft but lingering scent, like a mist that captures the last light of dusk. Mature women adore this one. All clear? Don't get them mixed up good. Be sure to come. I'll leave you with some part. One who tries to sail 3 boats simultaneously should be careful not to go. Come and hang out with me at Scent of...
Let's take these 3 perfumes over to the Statue of the 7. Mr. Zhong Li's probably been waiting a while. We've brought the perfumes, mister. Did we take too long? You were just...
Oh, you're back compared to the watch that wrecks Lapis's statues.
Well, how can a person compete with a statue?
That is true. Well...
3 sets, and not 1...
Thank you both. Let us offer them up.
This is the first kind of perfume. Miss Yinger said that it's sweet as a dream, and it's liked by younger ladies. This is the second kind. It's got an elegant smell, and the daughters of High... The third kind has a gentle but lingering fragrance. Something like the dusk mist. And it's a favorite of mature ladies. Oh, what was that? That's the one older ladies like, right? Does that mean that Rex Lapis is actually an older lady?
Perhaps. Perhaps. Rex Lapis has taken on countless forms. Perhaps that really was...
What a shame. We only got to see the giant dragon.
We can leave that to the authorities. Let us focus on the fond farewell for Rex Lapis.
So, we finished another step in our...
Next, I would like the two of you to help me borrow the
cleansing bell.
At present, a friend of mine named Madame Ping is the guardian of the cleansing bell. She lives near Yujing Terrace.
Sure, but...
Ah, I have certain reasons why...
Man, why...
All things must change. It's nothing. It's nothing. I just...
What happened?
Back in my day, people said the glazed lily, if they heard beautiful sound, but if they...
So that means these flowers feel what's happening in Liyue?
Yes. The rumors of... Some say it was a Fatui plot. This harbor is like a... Well... I shall say, borrow something? Oh, you've come to borrow the cleansing bell, yes? Apart from that, I don't, but it was not originally mine either. I was a vain beauty when I was young, and he could not dissuade me, and so he gave it to me. But he said that if someone should come to borrow it, I must... It has been... Still, though, Oh, these old bones are so slow to look for things.
That's right, Granny. We'll follow you back home and search for it and, we can help...
All right, children. There is no need to worry.
Do you live near here, Granny? Whoa, but this is Yujing Terrace. It's gotta be expensive.
Oh... An old lady like me can't afford to buy a place in this city. See this ceramic teapot? My entire household is in here.
How does that work?
Oh, youngsters. I simply mean that the bell is... Youngsters, this is where this old woman keeps all her things. Quickly now, go fetch that bell.
Whoa! That sounds like Granny's voice. So, this is her teapot? What's going on?
Oh dear. So many cobwebs. It seems I really haven't cleaned it in a long while. Sorry to trouble you, children. Please help an old lady clean up.
Motion to you notice? The cobwebs were made of elemental energy. How long has it been since Granny last swept this place? You know, with such a special teapot and the cleansing bell, do you think this old granny could also be an adeptus? Paimon's more and more convinced that she's an adeptus. But don't they all live in Chillian Karst? Why would she stay in the city? Inadmissible evidence!
Don't be such a brute.
Incinerate! Motion to compel! Incinerate! Motion to compel! How many levels does this teapot have? It would be nice if we had one of these too. Or at least we wouldn't have to camp outside.
Oh, you found it. Youngsters are so quick on their feet. Oh, now, let me... All right, that'll do. Come on out now, children. Oh, in and out in no time. You youngsters really are quick. An adeptus. Oh. As to whether I am one or not,
Paimon kinda knows what you mean. Don't you think it's...
Oh, don't be silly. Leo, but no matter what, to cry, catch the now that you have come to... So, why would I be unwilling to lend you the bell? Oh? Well, if it... We haven't met in a while anyway. Well, you must have things to do. Oh, and do tell the person who sent you that if they have time, they can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an...
We will.
Indeed. This is the cleansing bell. Let's place the perfume we've prepared inside. Of course.
That's suspicious. But if you don't want to talk about it, Oh, yes! That old granny asked us to tell you if you have the time, you can come over for tea.
That tone does not suit you. Still, when a suitable time arrives, I'll bring a spot of fun.
So what's the next step in our preparations?
Next, we need to purchase...
Ooh, Paimon loves kites! Are you taking...
No. I will explain it to you. But our next...
Oh, sure.
Sir, you're here.
Yes, thank you.
It's rare to see
Well, this is Mr. Zhong Li. We've talked about a whole bunch of things. He seems to know Liyue's favorite topics, money and government, really well. But he likes...
Well, that's because I prefer...
Finely crafted. I have made...
Indeed.
I took the liberty. As for the kite that...
Ah, Paimon's her dad. Huh?
The design of this kite, these markings of justice flows across the Well then, Granny Shen.
Well, allow me.
Hey, it's Child!
No, I see Mr. Zhong Li's the same as ever. He knows a great deal about money, and about the trials of the... Or perhaps, you could say that he...
How has he not died of hunger?
Child, you are as fond of jokes as ever. The rite of parting requires helping hands as well as materials.
Oh, by the way, take this bag of money. You probably won't want to let Zhong Li do the bargaining. Seems I missed out on some interesting information. I suppose I'll just have to find a more opportune moment next time.
Hiring help? Sure, but...
Adventure? Venture?
That's not hard. Almost a bit too easy for a reserve adventurer. Never mind.
A most fair price.
A pleasure doing business with...
A full day of odd jobs at Yujing Terrace.
Whoa, that's expensive.
Hero of monsters?
Well, you may never have heard of this hero, but it's...
Hey, that's a good price.
Oh, help? Sure. I, Tick, always put in 100%. So what's the job?
Let me see. We are still missing some wooden implements over at Yujing Terrace. They aren't uncommon objects.
No problem. That'll be 20,000 mora for a single trip.
Done.
This is all you got? No can do. Child? No. How about this? Let's make a trade. Get me a single Qingxin flower, and I'll consider that payment for a detour to find this child fellow.
Guess we've got no choice.
Have you brought the goods? Hey, that's pretty good. With this Qingxin flower, I should be able to pacify my daughter tonight.
Adventurer! Think you can last a round against
All finished then? Splendid. Any leftover cash is yours to keep.
You think you can buy us off with some loose change?
Well, How does this sound? You give me the information.
What info do you need? Huh. Does that mean you know what he's after? Yikes! You're right! Signora!
You both need to calm down. I don't know what's gotten into you. Just what is this about? The atmosphere got so...
Next, we need some everlasting incense. For this, we need to go to Boo Boo. Is everything okay?
Everything is fine. I was just informed. Now, if you'll excuse me,
Paimon definitely felt like Child wasn't happy with us just now.
Ooh, we can definitely write this off as incidental gains.
The reception is just... Hello?
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Huh? Did you hear that?
The reception, it seems.
How about you go check... Oh, there you are. But you can't even reach the counter. Joke's on you. Paimon floats, so height is no restriction. Anyway, there's something weird about this. It can't be. She's a zombie.
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy. I am QiQi. Once upon a time, QiQi died. Then, QiQi was saved by the Adepti. Now, QiQi is a zombie.
Something like this would be unimaginable.
Hello, little girl. Do you sell everlasting incense here?
Excuse me, sir. Did you bring your prescription?
Surely no prescription is needed to purchase everlasting incense.
QiQi can get your medicine, but only if you show QiQi your prescription. These are QiQi's...
I'm afraid that she's probably right. It's to do with zombies are limited to acting within the confines of their orders. And somehow in this case, my dear QiQi, we didn't bring a prescription, I'm afraid. But...
Okay then.
How did you manage that?
But QiQi helps you. You help QiQi. Only fair.
Since when do customers need to do favors for customer service staff?
Never mind. Just think of it as a peer-to-peer transaction. That way, everybody wins. Sometimes in...
Go to Mount Tianheng, find the Guizhong Ballista, and hunt a cocoa goat. Please and thank you.
I don't believe so. The Guizhong Ballista, at least, it's a kind of crossbow turret, installed on Mount Qinheng by an adeptus in the distant past. And located in Qinheng Pass, it was designed to automatically fire at...
Mr. Zhong Li,
Apparently not quite.
The cocoa goat is a legendary animal.
Did you want to add any?
No, just that the cocoa goat is a legendary animal. What it looks like, don't know. Where to find it, don't know either. Where it came from, also don't know.
Very well then. Let's start by investigating near the Guizhong Ballista.
What the heck is a cocoa goat? It's huge! Paimon can totally believe it took an Adeptus to build this. But how do you operate this thing?
It is currently inoperable in any case.
Aw, what?
After millennia of wear and tear, even Adepti contraptions are
So what are we gonna do? Quick, Mr.
You almost make it sound like I'm some sort of bourgeois parasite whose only utility lies in providing. That said, let me think for a moment. Ah, yes. As I recall, there is a military supply post from that period somewhere inside the pass. If we can retrieve the spare parts from where they are stored, we may be able to repair the Guizhong Ballista.
So, what you're saying is...
I have a smattering of knowledge on the topic. With the parts in hand, I could...
Where is that supply post? Here, post...
Has a dolphin made work? Oh, in a day's work. Let's appraise the value on this.
These parts look useful. One moment. I will try to repair the device. It is done. The Guizhong Ballista... It's easy enough. We simply need to do this. Look, it even has a scope.
Over here we have... nothing. And over there...
Hey! Just what do you think? So you fixed up this turret?
Not a turret. A Guizhong Ballista.
Are you blind or something? This area's supposed to be chock full of hidden treasures. Last time we approached the mountain, it nearly a few of us risked our lives to disarm it, which amazingly we managed. The next thing you'll be repairing—
Tut tut. It is not we who need reprimanding, but you.
Incinerate! Steady as stone.
Jab it, cross.
You're open.
My.
Replace my hammer.
The hunter becomes the hunted. Another test subject.
Time for your arraignment! I must leave no stone unturned.
Try. Test subject.
Be gone!
Surrendering will be gentle.
I missed a spot. Leave it all to me.
I messed up. You're
Motion to compel. Yikes!
You're open. You're open.
These lowlifes didn't...
Troubling ourselves over this rabble is...
Oh, yeah, that!
A search using the Guizhong ballista. What's more...
Which means... a Paimon wouldn't go that far.
We won't solve anything while standing here and racking our brains. Let's return to Boo Boo Pharmacy. Explain that we could not find a cocoa...
Good idea. We did our...
Steady as stone. You get Oh my. Come a little closer. You breath of the flame.
Huh. Let's appraise the value on this. Leave it all to me. Ooh, wonderful. Time to clean up.
Forgive us. We were unable to fulfill our end of the contract. We found no...
What a disappointment.
Aw, poor QiQi. Why does Paimon feel so guilty all of a sudden?
Cocoa goat milk is tasty. So tasty. Much better than normal goat milk. I'm sorry. I have a... here. This is the name. Coconut milk.
Huh?
I owe you both an apology. I hastily agreed to what appeared to be an equitable agreement with this zombie child when...
Never mind, Zhong Li. You...
Excuse me, everyone. Did QiQi say a bad thing?
Oh, sorry, but Paimon's gonna leave the job of shattering this poor kiddo's world to you.
No. Impossible.
Seems QiQi took this pretty hard.
Someone learnt a valuable life lesson today, then?
Might I ask who...
Ah, how rude of me. I'm Baizhu, boss of the Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Paimon thought QiQi was the boss. Turns out what a sorry state of affairs. This little mascot is even more of a simpleton. The medicine... The snake is... I prefer to stay silent, but faced with strangers, I'm...
Don't mind Chung Sheng. She's a good girl, really. As for you...
Do you sell everlasting incense in...
Everlasting incense?
Whew, at last.
3 million mora. Top quality. Guaranteed.
You might as well just rob the Golden House. Oh, but the Qixing have taken it over for...
3 million.
It's a crazy number. We'd never be able to make that...
This is correct.
What are we gonna do?
Cocoa goat! Cocoa goat! My sides hurt. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe you fell for that.
Hey, less laughter, more sympathy.
I'm almost in tears over here. Thank you. That was the best laugh I've had in a long time. Excuse me, sir. Dr. Baizhu, isn't it? Truly honored. I'm Child, one of the Fatui Harbingers. If Boo Boo Pharmacy needed a stable supply of, say, coconut milk...
Strange. I knew the Fatui infiltrated this...
Coconut milk. Baizhu, quick. QiQi wants coconut milk.
Ah, yes, of course, QiQi. Anything you want. Thank you, child. I look forward to a successful collaboration in the future. I can give you a discount on that everlasting incense, too. Let's say 2,990,000 mora.
That's like 0 difference from 3 million.
2,990,000. Also an innocuous number. Well, now that this is settled, we must head back to Yujing Terrace. Mr. Child, Dr. Baizhu, little Miss QiQi, see you soon.
That lot is an absolute riot. Honestly, I can't remember the last time I laughed so hard. So, you've been eavesdropping.
Yes, Master Child. They spoke of the Qixing taking the Golden House.
Well. NingGuang and her Qixing cronies. What else would they be hiding in the Golden House, if not the Exuvia? I apologize, but I warned you, didn't I? As the old Liyue saying goes, the walls have ears.
Well, as it stands, we've hired helpers, and we've acquired the everlasting...
Ooh, finally!
Well, traveler, have you gained anything from our adventure so far? Odd. The questions that such travels raise are ever... To treat you to a meal. Oh, yes, don't worry. I will remember to... Tonight, I shall take you both to an old hole in the wall, praised through a...
Hole in the wall? As in a cool...
Indeed. Let us meet near the... Ah, you're here. There's no need to order. I've already done so. Third round knockout is not for lightweights, like those taverns in Mondstadt. I ordered some wine-fermented sweet rice balls for you, if that counts.
If it is to your liking, dear customers.
Hey, there's even a story to...
Besides fine wine, the excellent ambiance is... But when I say ambiance, I refer to a different...
As you all know, high above the land of Liyue lies a pavilion in the clouds. What does it mean to have all-seeing eyes? Imagine the weather. Behold, the glow. They say that when Lady NingGuang ponders important affairs, she retreats to her jade chamber with none but her 3 closest confidants in tow. Why brings she these trusted 3 to sift through sources, dig through documents, looking for information? Piece by piece, facts and figures paint a picture on the walls of the chamber. But well before the wall is filled, Lady NingGuang's mind is made up. Having made her call, she has every last document shredded, and whoosh, she scatters the shavings out her window. Ah, look at them, how they billow in the wind like a sudden swirling blizzard. As the fragments fall, traces of text flicker before the eyes of the merchants of Liyue, like ink stains in white snow. The saying goes, the rarest treasures in the land are the words brought by the paper snow. For the words of the Tianquan have the power to move mountains, and all throughout the land know it. These are but scraps of paper, and yet they guide Lady NingGuang's hand. Such is their value. Merely grasping 1 or 2 of them will surely give...
Tianquan NingGuang. Feels like we're hearing this name of... Liyue locals talk about her. The Fatui hate her. She's most likely the one who... Huh. Paimon went...
At last I have found you. You who returned from Jueyun Karst.
Who's there?
Wait, I am not with the Millelith. Nor am I... However, I am an emissary of the Liyue Qixing. My name is Ganyu, secretary at the Yuehai Pavilion, and I have come specifically to meet... Well, in concrete terms, I am the corporate secretary for the Qixing. At the moment, I am serving as Lady NingGuang's special emissary.
NingGuang sent you? We were literally just talking about her.
My apologies, you who have returned from Jueyun Karst. I am duty-bound and cannot extend my courtesy to you in full. But I have with me a letter from Lady NingGuang. She extends a formal invitation to you in her capacity as Tianquan.
She invites you to her palace in the sky.
An official invitation?
Lady NingGuang said this. Invite her to come here. I wish to meet her. At the Jade Chamber, together we shall snip every one of these entwining dark threads.
And with that, the emissary who called herself Ganyu just disappeared. But we've received an invitation from the Liyue Qixing. Paimon still can't believe it. We'll be meeting people that have way more money than Paimon could ever count. We should be on our best manners.
An invitation to visit the Jade. You'd best be on your way now. But don't forget about the rite of parting. Once you've finished at the Jade Chamber, meet me at Dihua Marsh.
Don't worry, we won't forget. Dihua Marsh. We'll see you there.
Someone needs assistance. Steady as stone. Windblade. I'll keep this close. I'll catch up. In a day's work. Someone needs assistance.
Surrendering.
Motion to commit. Prepare to be blown away.
Oh my.
because we want to go. Let's look around. Since this is the right place, it must have something to do with the Jade Chamber. No way! Just trust Paimon. Windblade! Takes us up to here. Aw, if that wind current was stronger, we'd be able to... Huh? Why? Or... Oh, Paimon gets it. If it was a secret, Ganyu wouldn't have let us try to find it ourselves, right? All right, let's follow your plan. Then we can... Oh, hang on a moment. Look down there. Looks like we've gotten close to the Guizhong Ballista. Paimon has a new idea. Why don't we shoot you up to the Jade Chamber using the ballista? No. Oh, that's right. Now that you mention it, we could use the Guizhong Ballista to see if the...
I'll keep this close.
Halt! Who trespasses on these hallowed grounds?
Exactly. We're invited guests. No. Wait. Maybe she pretended to invite us to the Jade Chamber, but set up a millilith... Now Paimon's mad!
What? We're just on guard duty. What do you mean, shameless?
What nonsense! Seize these suspicious intruders at once!
Well, here they come!
Incinerate! Time for your arraignment!
Who goes there? Attack!
Take the target alive!
Attack!
Be gone!
Bested.
Stop! What's all this about?
Lady Keqing, these two strange people suddenly appeared.
Who are you calling strange?
You want to go to the Jade Chamber?
We're invited guests here to look for the Liyue Qixing. Who are you?
Well, as it happens, I am one of the Liyue Qixing.
Oh!
I'm Kuching, the Yuheng of the Qixing. I know of you, traveler. You're NingGuang's guest.
Wow. Paimon didn't think we...
The Guizhong Ballista in Tianheng Pass has... These Millilith are just here to guard the scene.
So this was all a misunderstanding.
Anyway, for a mortal to be able to repair an Adepti mechanism is quite the mystery.
Oh, right. So, Lady Yuheng, might you have any idea why Lady...
Just call me Kuching. I'd say that NingGuang's purpose is to request that the savior of monsters...
We're not taking sides. We spoke with the Adepti. They want to protect Liyue as well.
When you say protect, you're referring to their sanctimony...
Huh?
You are mortals, and thus, unnaturally, they would also regard NingGuang's locking down the air... I'll say it like it is.
Well, Still, this is the first time Paimon seen...
Should I respect the shallow sense of time and condescension to mortals? Forget it. I shouldn't speak of them this way. This skepticism... Either way, I will admit that the actions of the Adepti this time were quite Rex Lapis's death is indeed an extraordinary circumstance. How surprisingly civilized of them. Well, for NingGuang, she would talk anything and everything out if she could. But I doubt the time of the Adepti has long passed. I'll stop here. Honestly, I hadn't... You should both be off to the Jade Chamber. Don't be late now. The cream of Liyue's...
Favor? But wait, that's right.
All right. You can decide on your greeting gift yourself. You didn't actually have to come to Mount Tianheng. Well then, may we meet again, traveler.
Well, that Yuheng may not... So, what should... Oh, right! Paimon dreamed of an amazing... Paimon has a feeling that it would be perfect for... Why don't we go with that for a... With a certain... Let's go gather ingredients! In the air. Huh? Did you hear that? No! That was definitely someone in trouble. It came from those ruins over there. Uh-oh. It looks like the treasure hoarders have locked someone
in... There's no end to this.
Inadmissible evidence!
Thank you for your help.
It was nothing.
I understand. Don't say that. I only escaped. I'm Meng Dan, a supplier for Mingxing jewelry in Liyue Harbor. I never expected that those treasure... Is there anything that you lack?
Wait a moment. Actually...
Oh?
Do you have a box that can store presents? We'd like a...
Of course we do. How can one sell antiques without gift boxes?
Now just give me a moment, and I'll let the boss know.
Great! Paimon shook. Ooh, look at that slime! It looks crystal clear and very delicious. That's the one. Told us that we could get a...
Uncle Meng already told me about it. Many of the best goods in our Here, this container is itself an antique, with at least 140 years of history. It's already been cleaned. Will it
Yep. Hang on a moment.
Sure. Please help yourselves.
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome. If we use an antique, it's done! The one and only
Oh, yes. You might want to use these two freshly...
Woohoo! It looks beautiful! Great! Now that we've put all that we've got into this box... This is what we should say. Excuse me, do you sell the moon here?
Yes. How many would you like?
It's not convenient to speak of number.
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber. Yes, speaking of which...
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guests, but for the Yuheng. What's going on here?
I've been waiting for you, returnee from Joyun Cart.
It's NingGuang! Since this is our first meeting, we've prepared a gift. I hope you like it.
Oh, for me. You have my thanks. It seems that I have made things difficult. This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. From this vantage, I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning. At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, it is large. One day, I believe it will Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to. As such, I have been putting eyes in.
What?
And I finally got wind of your movements when you were on the way to.
Wait, was Vergoldet one of you?
Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one. At the Guizhang.
You weren't peeking on us from the skies the whole time, were you?
I fear that peeking would have been a little difficult from this altitude. Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very interesting people. Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti. I believe that you've heard of the Archon War. Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate until, in the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Tevat. You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis, and not only is it true that gods may die, but another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? When that time, even in a new era, the Liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis's former subjects. Do you really think us capable of having... That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. Even I was caught completely off guard. You were there, but our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act against them now, they will surely... Hiding the Exuvio was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back.
Who's this enemy you're talking about?
What do you think, traveler?
Huh? What?
Well answered. The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong.
Wowee! What a huge hall! Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
Be at ease, you two. Make yourselves at home if you wish.
Can we really?
I have invited you two here as friends. And when friends come over to play, our enjoyment comes first.
Ooh, isn't this that legendary wall?
Why, you've kept your ear to the ground.
That's because even the storytellers are talking about it. Everyone's after...
That's because that wall records Leo's secrets. Merchants have... But the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest, if possible. But if you were to choose the more trustworthy... You'd pick... I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed, but after she said those words... Well, I must say that I won't deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous to us. But for Liyue's sake, we cannot allow ourselves to be Indeed. It seems that you understood. I called for the gag order, and with Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have been... Allowing the rite of parting to take place was also meant to buy some time for us...
It's exactly as Zhong Li said. The Qixing only provided the venue for their rite so they could use us for their own ends. Wait, that's right. Speaking of ends, could I say one other thing?
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in return.
It's all... Well, we have made quite a bit of trouble for you,
Yay! Paimon was just waiting for you to say that. One of the sheets on that wall. Don't look at Paimon like that. One of these sheets of paper will sell for... Just imagine. Let's grab one. The biggest one. Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet is right up there in the most obvious spot. Let's see what's... Huh? There's a place marked with a circle on here. Oh, could it be treasure? Whatever it is, it better make us filthy rich. Let's sigil of permission, something, Fatui, research, copy. Huh? Aw, that doesn't sound like treasure at all. This piece of paper shows that a cheating spot. Oh, NingGuang did say that the Fatui have been up, but research on the Sigil of Permission? Speaking of which, there's also some connection between you and the Sigil of Permission. Seems there's still more for. Oh, well, should we not go then? Oh, so you're saying that it's precisely because we can't completely trust NingGuang that we should confirm. That's way out of Paimon's league. Paimon did. Anyway, before we look for Zhong Li at Dihua Marsh, let's go to the place marked out on these papers and see if the Fatui really are up to no good. Written down on this piece of paper. And they look really mad at us, too.
Boom, boom!
This isn't good.
Breath of the flame!
I'll catch up.
Finally, some quiet.
Let's move. Windblade!
Put this through.
This path. Oh, but how did a relic? Oh, that talisman's maybe the being able to channel and the last stop. Let's go.
Right on time. I myself only arrived moments ago. Did you enjoy your visit to the Jade Chamber?
It was so big and pretty.
Indeed. It's second to none. Then you met with NingGuang, I trust? What did you...
She's super rich and so generous. Yeah, her take on NingGuang is quite different from Paimon.
Oh. So you also met with QiQi then? What did she have to say?
She said the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future...
Indeed, contrary to the ever-bold QiQi, NingGuang is more of a businesswoman at heart. Though they are both members of the Qixing, although she's friendly, there's no way of clearly discerning her true intentions. Yes, she has only relied on herself to rise to her. It's said that she's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade Chamber. It's the second most important.
The Jade Chamber is only second. What's the most important?
Why, Mora, of course.
All NingGuang talked about was the Fatui this and the Fatui that. She said that after Rex Lapis was murdered, the Fatui have constantly been trying to sink their feet.
That is how the Fatui have always been. It doesn't surprise me in the least. No matter what they may be planning, you must be careful when dealing with the Fatui. Always be on your guard.
So, is there anything we need to get for the rite of parting in Dihua Marsh?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is. Today, we'll be gathering wild glaze lilies.
Glaze lilies? Well, why did we come all the way out here? Doesn't the garden in Yujing Terrace have some? Even Qingse Village has glaze lilies. Oh, right! Paimon remembers that Madame Ping is always tending to flowers.
No. Those lilies have all been gardened by people. Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies. It is a sort of joyful flower that listened before the Archon War. Dihua Marsh was all dry land and fertile soil. But the war caused land... Of course, there are some kinds of flowers that have been preserved. Wild glaze lilies have the strongest fragrance, but I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers. No, I need you to sing to them. Singing to the...
So how good is your singing? Really? What?
We'll only know once she starts singing.
It's time to sing whenever you're ready. Da 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 da. What happened? These flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because you sang a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand here in Liyue?
You're in for a little shock.
I must leave no stone unturned. Someone needs assistance. Leave it all to me. Those weren't glaze lilies. Glaze lilies wouldn't hit people.
This little monster is known as a whopper flower. Strange. The glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower.
Well, that's nice and all, but...
Unfortunately...
That's so lame.
Excuse me. Are you searching for glaze lilies? Hello, traveler. I'm surprised you still remember my name. Ah, that reminds me. How was your visit to the...
Well, it sure would have been better if you told us how to get up there.
Didn't I tell you the way? Surely I did.
Nope, we found the way on our own.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I really did forget to tell them.
Huh. Something seems a little off about Ganyu. She's acting different from the first time we met. Where's her serious attitude now?
Ah, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan. But now, I am simply out on a stroll to see the flowers.
You came all the way out here to see the flowers? Why not just enjoy the gardens of this...
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. If I strolled through those lonely gardens now, I wouldn't be able to bear it. Whenever my duties take me near Yujing Terrace these days,
Oh, sorry. We shouldn't have brought it up.
No, it's quite all right. I just haven't processed my emotions yet. When the Archon War came to its end 2,000 years ago, the first iteration of the Seven would gather in Leo. Yes. Now that the spirit of Rex Lapis has returned to the heavens, only Barbados of Mondstadt remains of the first seven. The other five, including Inazuma's Raiden Shogun, are no longer the same friends from 2,000 years ago. Of the current seven Archons, the youngest is Sumeru's god of Dendro. She is merely 500 years old, whereas Rex Lapis was more than 6,000 years old at the time of his passing. This means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis's rule from the moment it was first founded 3,700 years ago. The city has never had to bid farewell to its deity.
So what do you think of this farewell?
Huh? This is a little sudden. As a mortal, I've never dared to imagine a Liyue without Rex Lapis. But as an Adeptus, I think I will eventually come to grips with reality. Since Rex Lapis has...
Huh? Did you just say, as an Adeptus?
Yes, I am a mix of human and Chilean. Adeptus blood flows through my veins. I fought for Rex Lapis and the city of Liyue during the Archon War. After the war ended, I signed a contract with Rex Lapis and took the position as secretary for the Qixing. I've continued those duties to this very day. Well, let's save that conversation for another day. You say that you are here looking for glaze lilies? I also know where wild glaze lilies can be found. See, I've just picked one myself. Here.
We dare not refuse it.
Oh, so did you sing a song before you picked the lily?
Indeed, I did. I know this tradition well. In fact, I sang a local Liyue ballad to it.
Wow, so you really know your stuff, too. Thanks, Ganyu.
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If not for this chance meeting, if you would excuse me, I should return to my work now. Good luck.
And that just about does it. Our preparations for the rite of parting are mostly finished. Given the ease of picking glaze lilies, I think this was a fitting end to our tasks, in more ways than one.
Yeah, Paimon can already imagine him starting a business in Liyue.
I've had enough ventures in my life already. Beginning a new undertaking is always difficult at first, and requires no small amount of effort. And once business is at full steam, the stress of it all only wears away at you, so you must be careful to take the time to step back and re-examine yourself. If left unchecked...
Wow. See? Zhong Li sounds like he's already seen it all. All right, I think it's about time we head back to Liyue Harbor now. is swarming with Millilith and the Fatui.
Ah, you're the consultant to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Mr. Zhong Li, I presume. The Millilith are watching our every move now. These are desperate
times?
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Do they intend to exercise?
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, however, both sides were quite obstinate.
It seems inevitable, given the currents.
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo-Archon. If the two sides come to blows, Liyue Harbor will be in no position to stop them.
Surely the Liyue Qixing are not the sort to give in so easily.
Their boneheadedness is known throughout the lands. Yet it's because...
And what now? How is it that the Fatui have come under...
That's all NingGuang's doing. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millilith must rein in the actions of the Fatui. Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? That's the Qixing for you. Anyway, Mr. Zhong Li, you're one of Child's close associates. Please understand that your actions will reflect on us. Don't let anyone catch you off guard.
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue Harbor.
Do you intend to use your neutral identity as an intermediary between both? Neither path is an...
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhong Li, we've heard that the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor has also been caught up in all of this. They're currently squaring off with the authorities at the...
Things are taking a turn for the worse. I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. I hope that Master Hu has been able to keep things under control for the moment. Consider your next course of action carefully, Traveler. If you're trying to prevent...
Having connections with the Fatui seems to be quite so. What does Zhong Li mean by looking for the fuse? Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that wants to see the whole city turned upside down, he must be waiting for the moment when no one is watching to do something really bad. But where could we find him next? Where would he go at a time like this? The Golden House? It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on the inside? And so full of Mora. This is where all of Teyvat's Mora is minted, right? Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky, tricky. But even if we can't take any, or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora, it's like a dream come true. Oh, right, it's quiet. Huh? Look, what happened here? Uh-oh, Paimon smells trouble. Quick, we have to go make sure that the Exuvia is all right.
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough trouble for today?
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly find this secret location, don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted effort? Stopping the Mora Mints, hiding away the Exuvia. The Qixing are really pulling out all the stops this time.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled. She will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you can do to stop me anyway. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with. But I'm willing to do as the Tsaritsa deems fit. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure, and one that I am oh so delighted to be sharing with you. The battle.
Battle? So you're the type that goes looking for trouble, huh?
You could say that. When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene once her mission was accomplished. Instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the sound of battle now, would she? When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes, and consider the consequences of her actions. But as for me, the greatest pleasure of being a Harbinger lies in crossing blades with strong opponents.
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you, Traveler. I'll just play along, to feel the thrill of battle. Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the fight anyway, because if you ask me, without that, what else is there? Fighting talk, I love it! Now let's see you live up to it. This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with the Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. Poor timing. So quick to flee. A clear shot. You've made some progress. Guess I should take you more seriously. Good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger.
Incinerate! Windblade! Leave it all to me.
All you do is run. You've got some skills. Eat this.
Motion to compel. Inadmissible evidence.
Crush you.
Steady as stone.
No use hiding back there. All you do is run. Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now. I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
This is going to cost you! You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over, now! Don't make me take it from you!
We didn't take it!
Motion to compel. Windblade. Objection.
Steady as stone. As a good knight should.
Die here.
Leave it all to me. Someone needs assistance. Someone needs assistance.
Incinerate!
Try not to.
Someone needs assistance. Steady as stone.
Some you win, and some you lose.
Look! Child's back to normal again!
Well then, it seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the opportunity to think this through. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you. We didn't take it.
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend, even if our friendship can only be shown in battle against one another.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still beckons. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the Exuvia to begin with. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of sorts.
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries of contracts. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away in the process. The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. I seldom willingly involve myself with the weak. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone forest.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archon's stone spears ever since. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless without the protection of its deity, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by the Seven?
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of permission! Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle. Using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principles. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes matters a little more intriguing. Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on? Exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known which way to go. Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It hasn't destroyed Liyue yet, has it?
What?
are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Qixing. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Liyue? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy, even from all the way out here.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? Now that's scary. So will the power of the Qixing, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is not necessarily.
What? But all of you were supposed to be the guardians of Liyue. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Qixing did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's own hands is here. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now.
Yep.
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you, one wishes to witness.
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
That is Osial's divine power.
Be careful not to get hit.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
The ancient god's attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't look!
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children? Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy! That light from your body, it's like the time in Julian Karst! Wow! It's Madame Ping's shockwave! This granny's really strong!
We can't run! Miscalculated.
Steady as stone. I'll catch up.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight.
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Shackles of flame!
This isn't good.
I must leave no stone unturned. Incinerate!
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Someone needs assistance. As a dutiful maid would. Someone needs assistance.
Miscalculated.
Leave it up to me.
Be gone!
Visible evidence!
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady NingGuang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when NingGuang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to NingGuang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, NingGuang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't NingGuang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be. Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this day.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things that make the harbor so pretty. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an Adeptus. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection, but it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, conqueror of demons.
Yes, one understands what the conqueror of demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough. Away we shall, and return whence we came.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is still a thing to be guarded against.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh? Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one thing. Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out. But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own, so Rex Lapis never showed up. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death, too? Hyman doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less right of... Reading that we're organizing? No idea where Zhong Li's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Someone needs assistance. Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
We've come to see Zhong Li. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhong Li isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhong Li was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could only mean more trouble. We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
Ooh, wonderful. I'll catch up.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhong Li and Child. And you! You're also one of the Harbingers?
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the City of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, Right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
No, don't let her get to you! You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements, and our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle. So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are here.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhong Li. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of Chiao? No, wait! That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract, for it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky, and all of Liyue goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue together with the Adepti. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhong Li.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer, so I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. Indeed I was. The Gnosis, which I had kept for so many years, suddenly seemed to have lost its meaning. That's right, which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand the hearts of the people. Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleague, Child. This meant I could remain as Zhong Li, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for joining me on this journey, Traveler. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue as divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all!
Ha! On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber of the peace, no?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhong Li always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a Gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we've spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Someone needs assistance. I'll catch up.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out—
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the—
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our lord and released that—
Now that you mention it, I mean, it all fits together. Still, what sort of soup—
Ah, forget it.
Oh, well, since we're going through with this rite of parting, I guess it means that those—
So Rex Lapis is really—
Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal— There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui fellow.
Fatui? They certainly—
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex—
Hear ye all! The QiQi's words. Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So too must they face divinely appointed trials. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was having been thwarted in his trial. Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. He beseeches the people of— Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the QiQi's announcement said. So that's how they're spinning it. Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Not to— Could the QiQi already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But Zhong Li said that neither they nor the Adepti knew anything. Did Zhong Li tell them in secret after his gnosis changed? Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like the rite of parting is— Look, it's NingGuang and Keqing. Are they saying something? Are their speeches over?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the end of an era.
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced to ash.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous. But blinded by our prosperity, we forgot that time can be pitiless.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to say farewell. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts? As we build a new age of prosperity?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way!
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young.
The Liyue QiQi always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price. You deserve that much.
Whoa.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Roping you in was possible.
Why, if you were looking for someone...
The cleanup of the premises, managing the crowds as they exit, making an account of the rite. There's much that remains to be done. I didn't miss anything, did I?
Hey, Zhong Li! Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions. And here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years? Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should treat you to a meal at the Xinye kiosk.
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhong Li. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but you'd have to pay out your nose just to stand inside Xinye kiosk. Are you sure you can afford it?
You're right. I do like the Mora. As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhong Li, I should abide by the same rules that mortals do. When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon, so I had to rehearse a little for my new life.
Oh, no wonder. Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you've never had to. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a parasite to society who lives off of other people's credit.
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it like that. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge, memories, and foresight, as well as positions, roles, and lives. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhong Li could, no matter how many times he descended to be with his people. I must thank you for that. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhong Li, traveling the streets of Liyue with you. That is true. But there is no journey that does not end. No meetings without partings.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed. The Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among locals in Inazuma.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Raiden?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year. Zhong Li, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become a closed nation?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of power. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the gods will look upon them with favor. This is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
Uh-huh. That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the Vision Hunt Decree.
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of the statue of the omnipresent god.
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the sole dominion of divinity.
Whoa, that's harsh.
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose a threat to her eternal realm. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods, and of these, eternity is nearest unto the heavenly principles. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
That's right. Zhong Li, now that you don't have your gnosis, what's going to happen to all the Mora in Teyvat? Since Morax is dead, are they all just gonna disappear? Also, isn't the Golden House the only mint in the entire continent? Will it even continue to work?
The Mora present now will not vanish. But the Golden House will indeed have to cease operations for a lengthy period of time, since creating Mora requires the use of the Geo Archon's power.
This is terrible! We're all about to run out of Mora! The world is coming to an end!
Yes, this is indeed a major issue from a financial standpoint. Well, I suppose we'll just leave such troublesome matters to the Liyue Qixing to debate.
Then, did you at least set some private funds aside for yourself?
Oh, a private fund. This does seem like a good, logical, common-sense idea. It's a shame.
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I didn't think of it at the time. All right, then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well, then. I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation. Have patience. I suspect that some serendipity must first come into play.